So a very good afternoon to one and all. On behalf of the Library Committee of the VES College, I extend a very warm welcome to all those who have joined for this program. Our guest for today, Mr. Dhananjay Bhosle, Principal Dr. Anita Kanwar, Vice Principal Dr. Shantini Nair, faculty members of VES College, dear students. It is indeed a very unique program that the Library Committee is conducting today. Today's program is an interaction with Mr. Dhananjay Bhosle, who has created more than 1,000 YouTube videos with a focus on technology. And this program is very different from the programs that the Library Committee generally conducts. We have been mainly conducting programs around books, readings, author talks, publishing, and so on. So there are questions in the minds of many that how is this program really related to the library? So dear students, anything that helps us learn is a learning aid. We are all using YouTube as an educational tool, from finding out how to use instructional videos to TED Talks. YouTube can be one of the most important education tool to all of us in this time. We have also seen a rise of use in technology for education, and this was further triggered by the pandemic. We are now seeing a shift from campus-based model of education that has really endured for thousands to an open education anywhere, anytime model. One of the important role of the library is also to curate authentic print and electronic resources for its student community. In this time where there is so much of uncertainty and lot of fake information coming in, one thing is very sure that we need experts. We need experts like our teachers, and we need experts like Mr. Dhananjay Bhosle, who have been creating these kind of videos. And the role is very similar to that, the libraries, how libraries help people to find authentic, verified, trusted information. Mr. Bhosle gives us information about various gadgets and helps us to take right decision before their purchase. The medium and the task both fit in with the objectives of the library. And hence, with this idea in mind, we planned this talk. Before I begin this session, Mr. Bhosle, I would briefly like to introduce you to our college. Our college is Arts and Commerce College, established in 1979 under the aegis of Vivekananda Education Society, founded by great Sri Hashuji Advani. We offer UG, PG, and PhD programs. We are accredited by NAC as an A-grade college in 2017 and strive for the overall development of the students. Moving ahead, I am very happy to introduce our guest for today's program, Mr. Dhananjay Bhosle, who has been making YouTube videos since 2014. He has uploaded more than 1,000 videos on YouTube and has more than 442,000 subscribers. I'm sure students, you understand what this number actually means. Recently, he has started making reels on Instagram, and his followers have grown from 80,000 followers, have grown to 80,000 followers from just 14,000 in 3.5 months. He has been making technology content primarily with a focus on smartphones and other gadgets. On his Instagram page, now he focuses on tips and tricks. I now request our enthusiastic student team who have chalked out the entire program to take it ahead. I'm sure that the various activities planned throughout will keep all the students engaged. Over to you, dear students.
Hello, Dhananjay sir. Myself and the audience present here. Myself, Prerna. And we have Achal, Aaron, and Ajay as our 4 hosts for this interview. Also, before moving forward, should we refer to you as Dhananjay sir or Dhananjay?
Just Dhananjay is fine. Don't make me feel old. I'm not old.
Oh, great then. Let's begin. Over to Achal.
So before starting with the interview, we would like to inform that we have planned some few segments with the interview questions. So let's start with the first. That's Quickie with Swami. So in this, we'll get to know more about you, and our audience will get to know more about you. So the first, where are you from?
So I'm from Mumbai. I started my education in Mumbai, still doing everything in Mumbai. So I can say my village is different, but everything that I've done is in Mumbai.
Yeah, your top three favorite YouTubers.
Oh, that's I was not expecting that. That's a tricky question. If you ask me, if as this is sort of tech related, I'll tell you tech related channels which are my favorite. Then that's going to be MKBHD when it comes to global, Geeky Ranjit in India, and Sifuri Tech.
Okay. Your favorite tech product?
My favorite tech product. Oh my God, that's a difficult question once again. I would say the Sony headphones which I have, the noise cancelling ones. I mean, that's being very specific, but that's my favorite product yet, which I've bought myself.
At what age you start using phone?
When I was in 11th, maybe. So that's like somewhere around 18. Because when I was in 11th, there were no Android smartphones were just getting started. So it was not like sabke paas phone and everyone can use a smartphone. It was the keypad wala phone.
What is your pet peeve?
I would like to say I like to organize things, but then I don't really do that. So that's a pet peeve, but I mean, it's a tricky thing.
So what do you do other than YouTube?
Other than YouTube, I like to play badminton, cricket, any sport that involves something which lets me do some physical activity, because all my work is only I can do that by just sitting. So playing sports, playing games as well on my PC, that's something which I like to do.
Great. What do you think that's best thing about your channel?
The honesty which you get on my channel, honesty about the product, the interaction that happens. Apart from the channel, on my social media as well, the interaction that happens about the videos that I put out on my YouTube channel, that's something which I feel is the best.
So which one the most reliable website for purchasing electronic devices?
Yeah, Amazon, Flipkart, the big names are reliable in my opinion. Tata Click, all these brands that you have heard of, and if you have heard of Amazon, Flipkart, Tata Click, then these are trusted names. You should be fine when it comes to purchasing gadgets.
Okay. So here we come to end to our first segment. Over to the let's go ahead. Over to Ajay and Prerna.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, hello. So, good afternoon, Dhananjay. This
Yeah.
session consists of 2 interview segments, which will be taken by a total of 4 interviewers. Now, let me introduce myself and my co-interviewer, who will conduct the first segment of interview. Hello, I am Ajay.
And I'm Prerna.
Okay. Hi.
So, are you ready for the questions?
Oh my God. Is it like a rapid fire round?
No, you can take your own time and you can answer the
No,
question.
no worries. No.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
First question. You've been making videos for 6 years. What keeps you going?
The fun that I get, and maybe I should not say this on this particular session because you all are college students, but I am glad that I do not have to study anymore. I get to study what I want to study. Like when I make videos, then I have to read. It's not like I don't study, but like maths equation or science or physics, that's not there. It's not like I hate it, but that's something which I do not have to study for exams. I study it for fun now, so that's something which I love, and that's what keeps me going now.
Okay, that's great.
So, as you review a lot of tech products, are the devices used in your video bought by you, or do the companies approach you?
It depends. When I started earlier, 6, 7 years back, I bought almost all the products. Like every single product that I reviewed was bought by me. But now almost 90% of the products are sent by companies. Now it's the case that I usually say don't send the product because there are already too many products in the pipeline. So nowadays, yes, 90 to 95% products are sent by company.
So, do you keep those phones with yourself, or do you give it to someone?
Usually the company takes it back after a few months. Some companies take it back after me posting the video. Some companies take it back after 6 months or a year. Depends. It varies from company to company and device to device. But 95% of the phones are taken back. It's not like I get to keep all of them. That would have been awesome though.
Yes, it would have been. So next question. जब 100K सब्सक्राइबर हुए थे पहले तब कैसा फील हो रहा था?
100K हुए थे. Genuinely saying, I am not a numbers guy. मतलब 100K हो या 200K हो या फिर इंस्टा पे भी 100K हो जाएंगे तो I won't be like, oh my god, something to celebrate. Content is something which I really focus on, and that's why that's what I enjoy. So 100K is obviously a great number to achieve. My mom was definitely very happy.
Okay.
So you told that you bought your phone when you were 18 years. So which phone did you bought, and what was your thinking before buying it?
When I bought my first ever phone, there was no thinking. Dad लेके गए थे. Dad बोले ये अच्छा इतना ही budget है, and I had to buy that phone because there was no option कि that budget बढ़ाते ये करते because. But when I bought it for my YouTube channel, Xiaomi Mi 3 was the phone which I bought because I knew that Xiaomi is entering into the market now. Xiaomi is #1 company in India when it comes to selling smartphones. So Mi 3 was their first smartphone which launched, and with that smartphone I started my YouTube channel.
Nice. But are there any such devices which you want to review but you cannot get your hands on that particular device?
That's a good question actually. I would love to review some Wi-Fi 6E routers which are very rare in the market and which are very costly. Or I would say high-end Apple products like Apple Pros or something like that, which cost like 5-10 lakhs rupees, or the Apple monitor, which again costs more than 10 lakh rupees. So something like that maybe.
Yes, they are very costly, sure. And when is your next Apple review, by the way? We would all like to see that.
iPhone 13.
iPhone 13.
99.9, yeah, 100% iPhone 13 will be the device
So
that I'll be
we
reviewing.
will all wait for that, okay?
Yes.
So most phones seem to be quite similar nowadays, which is better numbers. So what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on this?
Exactly, that's true. It's not just about different companies launching the same phone. It's sometimes the case that same company launches two phones which are so similar to each other that it's very difficult to recommend one over the other. It's just one minor difference here and there. I feel like it has gotten to a point where it's just a race. Who launches more devices? Who keeps making the hype? So just under the name of creating hype, brands are releasing similar phones again and again and again. I don't really see any solution to this right now, or this stopping anytime soon at least.
So there are rumors that cheaper mobiles have relatively poor standards of hardware use. So what are your thoughts on that?
Hardware as in processor or
Yes,
build
RAM,
quality wise.
processor, any build quality, camera, processor, everything.
I feel that's how it should work, because if we get for a 10,000 rupees phone, if we get a quality like let's say Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus, then who would buy S21 Plus then?
But
So
it's
yeah,
not just about quality.
Hmm.
If a phone gets blasted, there are many things that can happen.
Yeah, okay. So these phone blasting, these are sometimes very rare incidences which can happen with some devices randomly, and it also needs to be considered that whether the phone was tampered with, or whether they repaired it somewhere else, or whether battery was changed, or whether charging something. There are a lot of factors, but I feel at least as of 2021, we do not really need to worry about phones blasting when it comes to budget segment, or let it be high-end segment as well. The quality control has been really good.
Okay.
So, we nowadays phones are something that people are very much into. And so what would you tell people, tell the customers to think before buying those products?
I would say don't just look at the numbers. Don't look at, if you are someone who wants a very good camera, then don't just look at the megapixel count, like 108 megapixel camera is so this is the phone I'll buy. Don't do that. Look at YouTube videos. People like me, there are a lot of YouTubers who post their content. A lot of times a 64 megapixel camera will perform better as compared to a 108 megapixel camera. Just in case if you did not know, Apple does not use a 64 or 50 megapixel camera, they use 12, 13 megapixel camera, which still performs better as compared to the 108 megapixel camera. So software processing, software after sales service support, and how long the company is going to support software updates is something which you should consider. Don't just blindly look at the numbers, because marketing material is always going to be very flashy.
So, what kind of sources do you use yourself to keep yourself updated?
Usually companies provide us, I get your question, but I would say usually companies give us the data beforehand only, because of which we are aware about which device is going to launch, what specifications are there. And when it comes to news, I just go on Twitter. I follow people who keep tweeting about tech, and that's how I keep myself updated, because the circle which is present on Twitter is purely tech related. So everything that is happening in the tech world is updated over there.
तो जब स्टार्ट में 6 साल पहले स्टार्ट किया था तब भी ट्विटर से ही स्टार्ट सब डेटा मिलता था.
I don't remember when I started Twitter actually, but yeah, I was very active on Twitter in my early days though.
Okay.
So, what was your parents' reaction when they got to know that you're starting a YouTube channel?
They were like, "ठीक है कर ले, but focus on studies. We do not want you to get a KT," because that was their main concern. And when I was doing it, obviously there were a few hurdles here and there that dad was like, "No, ye mat kar, focus on studies and everything." But mom was very supportive at that time. Mom used to be like, "Okay, let's do it," and stuff like that. So it did happen. I did join a job after I was placed in a company. I went there for 4 days, and then I was like, I think I can, if I do YouTube, then I'll get more experience. And I came home, told my dad this, and dad was like, "Okay, if you don't want to do that, continue YouTube." But by that time, I was doing YouTube already for 2 years, and I had about 25,000 subscribers. So that's why even my dad agreed to it. And then now they are happy. Now they are very happy.
Yes, obviously now they are happy. But can you tell about some kind of hurdles which you faced?
Earlier hurdle was I had to buy everything, and in that case I needed money. So the first device that I bought, Mi 3, was bought by my own money. But I'm so glad that my classmates were amazing. Almost every one of them, whenever they used to buy a new device, they used to ask me which device to buy, and then I used to tell them कि भाई थोड़ा दे दे, 2-4 दिन दे दे, 1 हफ्ता दे दे, रिव्यू करना है मुझे YouTube चैनल पे डालने के लिए. And every one of them supported me, and that's how, like, in the beginning 10-15 devices ऐसे ही किए थे जो क्लासरूम में फ्रेंड्स बाय करते थे डिवाइस. They used to give me the device before they start, like new device जो लिया है, they used to give me the new device. I used to, मतलब मैं यूज करता था for 7 days, and then I used to return it back. And basically my friends supported me, because of which that hurdle of financial freedom, which I did not have at that time, was possible because of them. So that was big hurdle in my opinion.
It was very great. सबके से दोस्त मिलने चाहिए.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
So, before we go forward with any more questions, let us have a break and play some this or that. So, we'll give this section to Aaron. So, over to Aaron.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
I'm
Hi.
Aaron. I'm Aaron. And the game you're going to play is this or that. In this one, you need to pick either one of the 2 options given. That's it.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
For this one, we are going to be holding it through polls, for which answer which now she's going to show you how to find the option to do it. She'll present her screen right now. I still explain it. Okay. So on the computer, it's once I start a poll, say the first question is going to be, which one's better, iOS or Android? So in that case, then I will launch a poll here, and now you'll get an option which comes there, the triangle, the square, and the circle. And in that, so for example, I'll launch one poll right now. Okay, let's try it out. So now, if everyone can click on the polls, this for the computer settings. I'll tell you about the phone settings also. So now it's actually a question about what you would prioritize. So would you prioritize affordability or brand value? Anyone can vote. Everyone can vote. There are no limits.
Okay.
So after that, that's how it will go. It will show you the results when I allow it, and that's how it's going to go. Means we'll see who votes for what and how
Got
what
it.
that is. Okay, so now for phone version, we'll show you how to do it. Answer will show you. Okay, you can just select the option in the poll. 1 minute, we'll show you on the phone also. It's those 3 dots at the bottom there. Then the activity is option, and then it comes there like that. There's a poll there. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Let's start then. So I already spoiled the first question. Which one, iOS or Android?
I would prefer affordability, and I guess everyone else as well prefers that.
Yeah, but isn't brand value more spoken of? Means if something is branded, then you're more likely to pick it up.
I feel like when it comes to smartphones, it at least when as affordability is one of the answers, I feel like if the budget is, let's say, lower on the lower side, like let's say below 20,000 rupees, then the device being affordable is much more important for people as compared to brand value. What I have seen, people prefer a device which is more affordable and which gives same specifications as compared to a device which is 2x the price. It's not bad if you prefer brand value. That's absolutely true. You should be loyal to a brand if you have a very good experience in the past. But yeah, I personally would prefer affordability.
I see. So it's just till the 20,000 mark, isn't it? Means after that, you prefer brand value.
After that, it would be mix of both. It won't be straight up brand value, but it would be mix of affordability and brand value. Like let's say Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus against let's say OnePlus 9. Then I may prefer OnePlus 9 because I end up saving 20,000-30,000 rupees, in which I may buy a new device which will be enough for my mom for like next 10 years maybe. So and it gives me similar amount of features which I personally use. Like I do a lot of gaming. In that case, OnePlus 9 performs equally good. So that's how it works for me.
So no blindly following brands.
What?
No blindly following brands. Like,
No. Not
good.
really. Not really.
Okay, that's good advice. All right, the next one. This one also I spoiled. Which one's better, iOS or Android?
Android any day.
Oh, that's the. But why? Means people usually say iOS because of their the security, the normal stuff.
No. I'm not saying iOS is bad by any means. It's just that I'm used to Android a lot. I'm used to like 99% of the devices which are around me are Android devices, and 1% in our office at least, and 1 or 2 devices are iOS based. So if we have a lot of people using iOS devices, like in countries like when my friends go to US for studies, like MS करने के लिए जा रहे, then they ask me कौन सा phone लूं. Then I recommend them iPad or iPhone only, because over there the iOS community is so big that using an Apple device makes a lot of sense. But in India, at least as of now, I feel like considering there are so many budget smartphones which are amazing, and people do not really, the iOS reach is limited sort of, and Android has ton of features ton of things which iOS can't really do.
I see. All right, let's go to the next one. Which one's the better camera, DSLR or mirrorless? And which one would you prefer using always?
I am a little bit biased here, but I prefer mirrorless, because every single camera that I've used has been mirrorless, because they are fast. They are, I would say, video quality has been better in them, and companies like Panasonic making GH5, Sony making A7C, these are mirrorless cameras which perform equally good, if not better in some cases, as compared to cameras which are not really mirrorless, or DSLRs basically, as you say.
I see.
Yeah.
So they do say mirrorless is good for video for a reason.
We can't really say DSLRs are bad. That's why I'm not saying they are bad.
Saying they are bad.
But it's like affordability. In mirrorless cameras, you get affordability with a lot of features. But in DSLR, let's say Canon makes mirrorless cameras, which are also great, but non-mirrorless cameras are also good, but then they are costly. You get same features and sometimes even better features in mirrorless cameras, which are cheaper.
Okay, I see. All right, now for the next one. Which one's the better social media to reach out to followers? Instagram or Twitter?
Don't ask me that. I recently started Instagram, so I don't want to say Twitter. But I started off my career earlier with Twitter, so I have to say Twitter.
That's good. Sticking to your roots, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Better processor, AMD or Intel?
Mm, if you are building a PC, then get an AMD processor. Intel is it's I can't really take one name in this, but depends on the usage. But still, I would say AMD. But again, the pricing on AMD processors is going high right now, so I won't really say AMD straight up. You may have to consider the Intel options.
I see. So it's Intel.
Not really Intel, but AMD. AMD. I would go with AMD.
That's good. All right. All right. Now for all the gamers, which one's the better game, PUBG or COD?
Of course, PUBG. Any day.
Hey, even the deathmatch version.
Any version. Still, Battlegrounds Mobile India. It's not PUBG. It's BGMI now.
True. All right. I
Yes.
forgot.
No, COD is not bad, but for me, BGMI any day.
I see. All right. The next one. Which form of communication? Would you prefer calling or texting?
Texting first.
Texting. I see.
Text. I mean, a lot of times people are not willing to get on the call immediately. So if it's work related, then obviously I'll call them directly. But if it's semi-work related or if it's not really urgent, then I would text them first. Hey, are you free? Let's get on a call at this time. Then if they respond back, then well and good.
Yeah, means that's true.
Yeah.
All right. This one's a tough one for you. Which one would you rather have? 1 million subscribers or 1 crore rupees?
Don't make me answer this. Everyone will start hating me maybe.
No.
Just 1 million subscribers on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
No, I'll still get 1 million subscribers because after I get 1 million subscribers, earning 1 crore rupees will be easier task.
I see. But it will be over time though. You won't get it at once.
No. It will be pretty quickly. You guys may not be aware, but making money on YouTube is not that difficult when you have big numbers.
I see.
But reaching to that point is difficult.
Everyone seems to be choosing the same 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, that's a smarter choice. 1 crore is something which you may get instantly, but over the period of time, like in 50 years, you may earn like 20-30x more with 1 million subscribers.
Damn, I see. All right. For all the Maharashtrians out there, which was the better sweet dish? Puran Poli or Shrikhand?
I like Amrakanda, so I'm going to go with Puran Poli.
Okay. Let's count.
No. You asked Shrikhand, so Shrikhand or Puran Poli, I'm going with Puran Poli.
Oh, all right. A lot of people choose the same. Everyone's with you now. Every time.
I know what everyone is going to choose, maybe.
I see. Telepathy, eh? All right. Which one's the best theme? This is very easy. This should be very easy. This is the last question. Which one's the best theme? Light theme or dark theme?
Dark theme is the best, but I use light theme, so I'm going to go with light theme. I have my reasoning here. When we use dark mode, like when we in our office use dark mode, and when we shoot, so when it comes to dark mode, it shows reflection very quickly in camera. It's a very technical reason, but when it's bright, it's white, it doesn't show the reflection, because when it's black, the screen basically acts as a mirror.
Yeah.
And we get to see what's on the top. Like if we are shooting like this, then if it's black, that's why we use light mode.
Yeah, it makes sense. Means it becomes a mirror, then it's not good.
It's a technical reason. On my desktop, though, I use dark mode.
I see. That's good. Nice. Everyone agrees with dark mode. Everyone's not with you on this one.
Yeah, that's good. You should use dark mode.
Yeah. All right, then. That's it for now for this or that. Thank you everyone for your participation. Let's just get back to more technical and YouTube questions.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Over to Anchal.
So here we go. What are your thoughts on upcoming company IQ?
iQOO makes some of the amazing products. I recently, the iQOO 7 Legend, the company which launched those phones, right? Yeah, amazing company. Great pricing, great software, as in optimization. Gamers, if you are a gamer, this is the device to go for. Overall, everything is great. The only thing which is lacking is the software has little bit of ads, little bit of extra bloatware. If they manage to get that out, then iQOO will probably dominate the market pretty soon. They are already, it's not like they are not dominating, but they'll dominate even further.
Better than Razer phones.
They are not in India, so
Okay, true. But
Yeah.
still, general.
Razer phones would end up being little bit more costly. So that's why it won't be a fair comparison. I guess they would launch at, let's say, 50, 60,000 rupees, whereas iQOO 7 and all these phones are at 30, 40,000 rupees.
Budget rates. All right.
Yeah.
All right, for the next one. Tell us one of the best and the worst things about YouTube.
The best thing is that I get to make what I want. I get to say what I want to say. It's not controlled by anyone. No one can come and tell me, ki, don't say this, don't do this, or work at this time, don't work at this time. I can work as per my wish because it's YouTube. I create my own videos. I can be the boss of everything. Worst thing is the algorithm, YouTube algorithm, because it makes you do clickbait, because every one of us must be facing this issue. Articles, YouTube videos, let it be anything. It's going to become clickbaity in the future because everyone wants that click. Everyone wants you to watch that video, and there is certain limit that you should not cross when it comes to clickbait. So that is something which is bad about the platform. And algorithm chooses those videos which have more click-through ratio, and clickbait videos usually has more click-through ratio. So this is the problem which internet is going to face in coming years. That's clickbait, because even if you consider big publications like Hindustan Times, Times of India, or any other, there are articles a lot of times which are very clickbaity, and that information which is mentioned in the clickbaity title is not really present in the article. So let's see how Google and big search engines manage to tackle this. That will be interesting to see in the future.
Yeah, it will be very tough. Means so
I
much.
know. How will you judge what's a bad clickbait and what's a good clickbait?
Yeah.
Because there is something called as good clickbait as well.
Okay.
Let's see.
Just for the
Good clickbait as in, I can say, I can have a title where I make the audience click on it, but I actually talk about that point as well. A lot of the times people say, basically BGMI for iOS was going to launch because it was not there. It launched today. But since a month, articles have been publishing, publications have been publishing articles saying BGMI iOS release date announced. And in the article, they say, oh, it will be announced in the future. That's a bad clickbait.
That's very bad.
Yeah.
All right.
If you could collab with anyone, who would it be?
Anyone?
Anyone.
Oh, then MKBHD?
Oh,
But I would want him to come to my office and then shoot a video.
all right. Let's assume that's going to happen.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I will try. Let's see in the future.
So if not, tech YouTuber, any other content YouTuber would you like to collab with?
I would like to collab with MSK. MSK is he makes vlogs, MSK vlogs. He's from Mumbai. So that's someone I watch. So MSK is one of those people with whom I would love to collaborate. We may in the future, you never know. That's
Yes.
something which is definitely possible because he lives in Mumbai, I live in Mumbai. So that can happen.
Next one. All right, next one. What are your thoughts on the e-waste generated by all these products that are being discarded because people are buying new products?
That's true. That's something we should be concerned about. And I feel like we can limit ourselves when it comes to buying devices, but that may not really happen, or that may not be possible every single time or with everyone. So I would highly recommend, or I would assume that government is working on some policies where the e-waste is managed very properly, because e-waste is going to be an issue. Like even the cells or batteries which we use is a bad e-waste. That's something which needs to be processed properly, because if that goes into the dumping ground and if there is fire and everything, they may blast. I mean, the blast will not be big, but if someone is collecting garbage and something may happen over there. And smartphones may seem like a very small gadget, but when you consider 1.23 billion people, that becomes a lot of e-waste. And e-waste can be, like, majority of the part of e-waste can be recycled. So that's something where we should have definitive policies that if, let's say, companies like Xiaomi, Realme make so many number of products, they have to use at least 50% of their products which are from recycled material, which Apple does. So I guess 100% of the Apple phone, the components which are made using recycled material.
Excellent. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's good.
You had a collaboration last year with Kenny Sebastian. So how was your overall experience?
Experience was amazing. Actually, I was surprised. A lot of times, what happens is a lot of people that I have met have tech channels, but in real life, they're not that techy. They are more of a normal person. So I was like, Abhi, Kenny Sebastian makes comedy videos, so he may not be that funny in real life. But when we talked for an hour, then I realized, oh my God, he's funny in real life as well. When I was talking with him, like normally as well, he was funny. So that I was surprised with, and that I was really glad with. So that's why the Chai with Kenny, the session that he makes, the videos that he makes, then I got it. Oh, you need to be this smart to do stand-up comedy and everything. It's very difficult, and he is really funny in real life as well, without any scripted jokes.
That's great. All right, one more. Do you think the focus of developers while developing mobiles has changed from advancing technology to just cameras, means just camera ke number?
Yes, that's true. Primarily, that's true, because the major thing which we are lacking in is battery. We still have phones which last only one day. We had phones which used to last for a week. Then we came down to one day. Then in last few years, we went down to less than a one day in some of the flagship phones, and we are back to one day. But we have not moved past the one day battery life thing, which I feel that we did not have anything concrete research or concrete development when it comes to battery, which should have been there in my opinion. So yes, cameras, basically what I talked about earlier, numbers, 108 megapixel camera, no need, absolutely kuch bhi fayda nahi hai. But still we get that because, I mean, it's not bad, but these are numbers. Again, 64 megapixel camera may perform equally good or better in some cases, or even 13 megapixel camera.
So they just have to change it fundamentally and focus a little more on batteries now. They should.
No, batteries is something which I personally think has not developed as much as it should have been, because everything else has definitely. Processors are very powerful. The displays are amazing now, amazing. Displays is something where we have advanced so much that I feel like abhi aur kitna karenge, because 15,000 rupees phones mein also you get high refresh AMOLED screens. It's amazing. Build quality is something which is okay. That's something which I can't complain about. But battery life, I didn't really see any improvement. You may include 6,000, 7,000 mAh batteries in your phone, but then it becomes bulky. It becomes heavy.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So what was your reasoning behind picking Airtel Fiber over the others?
Because Airtel Fiber hi tha area mein. So in Mumbai, we don't really have a lot of buildings where you also get Airtel Fiber and also Jio Fiber. So Airtel Fiber was that was the only option, and the local ISP which is here does not go above 100 Mbps. And थोड़े drop out होते रहते हैं, and we want something which मतलब zero drops के साथ होना चाहिए. So in my other house, I have the local ISP, and in this house, in our work office, we have Airtel Xtreme Fiber.
If you had the option, which one would you choose?
Airtel any day. Now that I have been using it for 4 months, now I guess 3-4 months, amazing. Literally zero drops, zero speeds have been amazing. Obviously 1 Gbps plan to मैं पहले use करता था. Now I have shifted to the 1,000 rupees plan, which gives me 200 Mbps speed. Always consistent speed, amazing pings, gaming maybe no issues whatsoever. So in Mumbai at least, Airtel Xtreme Fiber is the way to go in my opinion. If money is not something that matters to you, and connectivity is important because local ISPs a lot of times are cheaper as compared to Airtel Extreme Fiber.
I see. Got it.
Yeah.
Which gaming phone would you recommend for hardcore gamers?
ROG Phone 5. Because if you are a gamer, then I'm assuming you are not only going to play BGMI, you may play other games as well. And in that case, ROG Phone 5 is very good.
All right. Now for the last one, do you have any tips or tricks or advice for anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel?
Just start it. Don't think about it. Don't plan it out much. I mean, I have seen people thinking to start a YouTube channel for last 3 years and not doing anything. You just have to start doing it and you will start learning along the way. Because a lot of times not starting is the hurdle. You worry about अबे camera चाहिए, अच्छा camera चाहिए, नहीं तो नहीं चालू करूंगा. Don't worry about that. Just start with the smartphone that you have. It has more than sufficient video quality. It has more than good audio quality as well. So just start off with whatever you are planning to. Just focus on content, make good content, and that then it will start working. Don't worry about camera quality, audio quality, and all that stuff in the beginning. Just start making videos.
I see. Fixing the first main content is the difficult part.
Yes, content is something which you should focus on, and that should be your primary sole focus when you're starting off. Like, what do you want to focus on? What the channel is going to be about? If it's going to be about singing, dancing, tech, or anything, blogging, you can decide that and decide that first, and then start your YouTube journey. Just start making videos, and then only you will start learning. You can consume, obviously, watch 100 videos of how to start a YouTube channel or what to do, how to do, but unless and until you actually go and do it, you're not going to learn anything. So just start. Is going to be my advice.
Okay. Now, okay.
One second. I just have a question. So, do you have any other channel besides the tech channel?
I do have Dhananjay Gaming, where I post gaming videos, like BGMI reviews of which gaming phone to buy, whether you should go for ROG Phone 5 or not. You'll find all those videos on my gaming channel. Yeah, these are the only two channels which we focus on right now.
Okay. Yes, Aaron, you can continue.
No, that's it. That's it for our session. Now I'll pass on to Ajay for some fun quiz questions. Yeah.
Hello audience, I am Ajay Sumaya and I am here to test your knowledge on modern technology and how much you love it.
Sorry, I was. Can you ask it again?
I am here to test your knowledge on modern technology and how much you love it. I will conduct a quiz. The questions for the quiz will appear on your polls with two options. You have to pick the correct option. Simple enough?
Yeah.
Let me give some proper instructions. As all of you know how to use polls, or should I repeat it again? The bottom triangle, square, circle option in your screen in the bottom, and you will have to go on polls. And first, I will give some time to the audience to answer the question. This is mostly for the audience, and then I will show the result of poll, how much audience have voted what. Then I will ask you, Dhananjay, to give your answer.
Okay, sure.
Then I will tell the answer, obviously, which one is right. So, let me begin with the first question. Which was the first processor chipset for smartphones? Option 1, the Snapdragon QSD 8250, or option B, the Snapdragon MSM 8225. Audience, answer the question.
This is definitely a tricky question.
Audience, come on, please vote. Show your knowledge. Yash, please go to the polls. You will see your questions there. Okay, 23 answers. Okay, so 16 people have voted Snapdragon QSD 8250, and rest, okay, votes on that are increasing now, as I said. Okay, and the option B, the Snapdragon MSM 8225, 10 people have voted that. So, Dhananjay, what is your opinion? What
Uh,
is your answer?
Frankly speaking, I'm not really sure which was the first processor, but I'm going to go with 8225 because it's 25 and 8250 must have launched afterwards. I'm not really sure though.
Uh, Sorry, you're wrong. QSD version was released
Okay,
earlier,
okay.
8250. Okay, so next question. What is CDMA? Option A is Code Division Multiple Access, or option B, Code Distribution Managing Authority.
This feels like Viva now.
Yes, maybe it does. It is mostly for the audience, so don't worry if you get the wrong
No,
answer.
no,
It is
no. Even if
perfectly
I
fine.
get it wrong, that's not an issue.
Okay. The voting is seems to be unanimous almost.
Oh
I
my
will
God.
share the result in just a bit. Okay, so out of 33 people, 30 have voted Code Division Multiple Access.
Yeah, that's something which I had selected as well.
Okay, so that is absolutely the right answer.
Yes.
Okay, so next question. Which is India's largest mobile network operator, terrestrial? Option A is Airtel, and option B is Reliance Jio Infocom.
Uh, did oh my God. Okay. I am going to vote. I voted.
Okay. Okay, so I'm sharing the results. 22 people have voted for Reliance and 14 have voted for Airtel. So, Dhananjay, what
Yes.
have you voted for?
Airtel.
Uh, I think so. It is the wrong answer. The right answer is Jio
No worries. I
Infocom.
guess this month only I was confused which one crossed which one because I read an article like few days back that someone Airtel crossed Geo or Geo crossed Airtel. Something like that had happened.
Okay, maybe we have picked the questions 1 week ago, so
No,
maybe
no,
it
that's okay.
might have changed.
No, 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 I don't think so. But both of them are so close to each other that it's let me just check once again. No, let's go move forward to the next question.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm excited now. This is like KBC now.
Okay,
Now
so
3 lakh 20,000 का question. Yes.
yes. The OnePlus 9 and 9 Pro is powered by Dash, the world's most powerful Snapdragon CPU. Option A is Qualcomm Snapdragon 898 or option B is Qualcomm Snapdragon 888.
This I know for sure.
Okay, so wait, I
Just
will
I am
launch the
using
poll.
the OnePlus 9 Pro.
Okay, the poll is started. Start voting. So I'm gonna release the results. There are 23 votes for Qualcomm Snapdragon 898 and 16 votes for Qualcomm Snapdragon 888. So Dhananjay, what is your answer?
Those 16 people, please give me access to 898. I would love to make a video on that. Triple eight is the answer.
Triple
Triple
eight
eight
is
is
in.
the answer.
16 people voted right actually. It was
Yes.
23, those are wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Triple eight is the right answer. So moving to the next question. Name the series of smartphone SoCs, which is system on a chip manufactured by Samsung. Which is Exynos or Dimensity.
So the new Tensor chips which Google is going to launch will be manufactured by Samsung. So what my theory is, what I feel, this is just a fan theory, that the Tensor chip may end up being Exynos chip only with few tweaks here and there, is what I think. Or will it be Dimensity 1200 something modified version of that?
Okay, so quiz is turning more confusing now for the audience. Okay, so I'm going to show the answer. 30 people have voted and almost unanimous, which goes for Exynos, 25 votes. So
That's correct.
yes, that's absolutely correct.
Maybe I gave it away, but that's okay.
It's okay. It was very easy actually.
Yeah.
Samsung is very old and most of the people know about it. The next question. Which of the following is a fundamental principle of wireless communication? Option A is radio waves or option B electromagnetic waves. I think we have gone a little bit more technical, but it's okay. You can just make a simple guess. That's not a big deal. Voting is running on actually equal 16-16.
Everyone is confused.
Yes. Okay, any more votes? Or should I say
Just tell them the answer. 17 people are waiting.
yes? Okay, so you have given it away already. Those 17 people are absolutely right. Electromagnetic waves are the answer. Even if you have made a wild guess, just give yourself a clap or pat on the back. Now, second last question. When was the 2G communication introduced in the market? Option A
Ooh.
1989 or option B 1988?
So close. Oh my God.
Yes, difficulty is increasing, obviously. Second last question.
I guess only ma'am were present at that time. Ma'am may know this for sure. So is it 1988
It is also running on equal.
or 89?
It is running absolutely equal. Again, 16-16. I think people have selected I will vote for A or I will vote for B because it's almost same.
No, it's not same anymore.
Yes, sir.
So who's right? I'm not really sure which is the right
Let
answer.
us wait for a couple more seconds because mostly 40 people answer.
Okay, 18, 17 now.
Okay, I think I should tell the answer. And again, the lesser votes are correct. It is 1988.
Oh,
Which did you choose, Dhananjay?
I chose 88, but that was just a fluke.
Okay, that was a good fluke. And now the last question. Which technology has been an important part of the OnePlus Nord smartphone launch? Option A, augmented reality, or option B, virtual reality?
I know this. Hopefully, I'm right.
Let's see. This is all again almost the same, just two here and there. So 17 people have voted for augmented reality and 19 for virtual reality. It is an 18 for augmented. Dhananjay, what is your
My
answer?
answer is augmented reality. AR.
Augmented reality. Okay. Your answer is again correct. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
audience, thank you so much for participating. It felt very nice. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Okay, so thank you, and it it felt good with you, Dhananjay.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
participating. And over to you, Prerna.
So now we've come to the last segment, which is the question segment, wherein audience get a chance to ask this question. But before that, I have a question. So I have the question is that where do you see yourself and your YouTube channel in the next 5 years?
Oh my God. Um, YouTube channel. I would say I want to focus more on Instagram now, as Instagram is the new rage. Reels is something which is getting very popular. We can't really sit around without scrolling on Reels. So I want to do something useful there. So I would say in 5 years, maybe 1 million followers. I don't know. Let's see.
That's great then. So let's start with the question segment. So guys, you can shoot in the questions in the chat section, and also please maintain the decorum. So let's get started. And before that, there are a few questions that already we've been received in the chat section during the interview. So let's get started. The first is by our Madhavi Vedu man. So it is like, has it been happened to you that you created a video and you felt that you are not satisfied with it? So she said it could have been better. So what do you do in such situations?
Yes, that has happened. Sometimes that happens with Instagram as well, and that is going to happen with you when you are creating content, because you're like, I want to create the best content possible. Sometimes we end up reshooting it. So yesterday only we did the entire video. We shot the part, but I was like, I think I can make it even shorter and compress everything which I have made. So we reshot everything, and that's how we do. If we completely edit the video and if it's about to be published, then we are usually like, okay, this is the mistake that we made. We'll rectify it next time.
So reel
But if it's
sections
possible,
usually, yes. So reel section usually have 1 minute. Now it has increased to 30, 15 seconds. So
yes,
have
yes.
you made any videos of more than 30 seconds?
Yes, so I was waiting for 1 minute videos, because some of my videos which I made when I had limit of 30 seconds, were so fast that people in the comments were like, "भाई कुछ नहीं समझ रहा है तू क्या बोल रहा है," because it was very difficult to follow the instructions. So in that particular case, for me, and yes, I have made 1 minute videos, so explainer videos. Like I made a video why memory cards have that. Just a sec, I have this. So memory cards have this lock button. So I made a video why, what is the use and things like that. So in that case, I need a minute long video to explain everything. In 30 seconds, it's very difficult to explain why and how these work. So yes, I have used.
So can you explain now so that audience can get to know?
Yes, for sure. So this lock button doesn't really do much. It's just locks it. Means you cannot write new data to it. मतलब if you, after it's locked, now I have locked it. अगर मैं DSLR में डाल दूंगा and if I start clicking pictures, it won't let me click pictures because you cannot write new data on the memory card. If I attach it to the memory card reader, which I have even, I have it here, but I can't really reach it right now. If you attach it to memory card, you can see what's there in the memory card, but you cannot you cannot paste something new on the memory card basically. So if you're wondering why is this used, because anyone can simply unlock it and start using, yes, of course, that's how it will work. But a lot of times when you have a team of photographers and you have a lot of memory cards, let's say this 16 GB memory card now is full, then that photographer will lock the memory card, and everyone knows if the memory card is locked, then you are not supposed to use it because it is full, or if it is used by someone else, or it is for some other purpose, then people do not use it. And even if someone mistakenly puts the memory card into the camera and they start shooting, it won't let them write any data as this memory card is locked. That's how it works. Yeah.
So next question is by Kamalkar Bhopatkar. I hope I'm spelling it correct. If it's wrong, I'm really very sorry, guys. Has it happened to you that you reviewed something and your viewpoint has changed after all into the same product?
As in after using the product?
Yes, after reviewing it.
It does happen sometimes that I may end up giving a very negative review of some device in early days, like after using it for 7 days, but after I use it for a month, I'm like, oh my God, this is much better device than as it was, because companies give out software updates and stuff like that, because of which the device becomes better. So I try to be as close to how the device is at that time as possible.
The next question is by Yash Yadav. He says, which editing app do you use to edit your videos?
We use Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, to edit all our videos right now, even the Reels, YouTube videos, everything.
So do you have an editor to edit your videos?
Yes.
Or do you edit?
Depend. I do have an editor, but I also edit sometimes if there is something like 2 YouTube videos to be edited at the same time, then I also edit and my editor also edits.
Okay. Next is by Akash Verma. At which time or how many subscribers you will feel you are satisfied with your work?
I'm satisfied with my work right now as well.
Hope Akash you got your answer.
Yeah. It's just you being happy is more important, and I'm happy right now. I get to create what I want to create, and people are enjoying it, so I'm happy.
Next is by Disha. Did anything change around you after having a successful channel?
Not really. I did not really see a big change as such, because once I started getting more subscribers, I started staying inside home more, and social interaction reduced by a huge margin. So not really, a lot of things did not change. My parents started supporting me even more. That's something which happened, because then they were like, yes, this is something which can be a full-time career, because 6-7 years back, there was nothing like I want to be a YouTuber. It was an extremely new career.
So do you miss socializing now?
Actually, yes, I do. Even before lockdown, I used to go out on weekends, as in to meet friends or to play or to do anything random. But that stopped in last 2 years. Even though I enjoy staying inside home, but I miss playing cricket or football, badminton, any sport. I miss that more than anything else.
So the next question is by Divya Vaghela. What is one of your memorable videos?
I made a rap song which is present on my channel called as "Where Is My Headphone Jack." That was created when I was in YouTube YouTube creator camp, and there are a lot of YouTubers that you know of are present in that video, and I actually rapped in that video, so definitely go and check it out. The name is Where Is My Headphone Jack? We made a parody video on Apple because Apple removed the headphone jack at that time. It's a very good song actually. Just definitely go ahead and listen to it.
Guys, do listen to the song, please,
It's
and
almost,
also like to the video.
yeah. It's 4 years old, I guess. 5 years old, maybe. I'm not really sure. But it's amazing. That was one of the fun projects that I did.
We'll see, and we'll also like the video.
Yes.
For sure. So next is by Akash Verma again. So as many of us have seen your first video, as many of us have seen your first YouTube video of 7 years. So what is your review on your first video?
Don't go and watch the first video now. Watch my latest video, the GT video which I posted. I'm going to post another video which we are editing as we speak right now, which will go live at 6:30. So watch those videos. Don't go and don't go and watch my first video. It was fun though. It was fun. My mom. If we talk about the actual first video which is present on the channel, that's some like just a screen recording. But the Xiaomi Mi 3 video, my mom was the tripod and I was shooting the video on the table randomly. It was nothing fancy, but it was definitely fun. I enjoy watching it sometimes when I'm like, "Arey yaar, pehle kya karta tha?" We sit and watch earlier videos because it's fun.
So would you make a video on reviewing your old videos and reacting to it?
No plans right now. I'm not out of content yet. When I run out of content ideas, I'll start doing that.
Great. So next is by Anuradha. It says, when you get the product by the company for the review, do they say that you have to give a good review or any like dominating way?
90 to 95% of the brands don't say that. There are a couple of brands which don't really say directly that say positive things only, but they are like, if you want to say negative, put it in a good rap and put it in a positive perspective, or use something like, but if I want to say the display is not good, but viewing angles are good or something like that. But no, they don't usually force me, at least when it comes to making a review.
So do you use those mobile phones or before reviewing it?
Yes, we do. Me or someone else in the team uses the phone. We test the camera samples, or when it comes to gaming, we actually do the gaming or camera testing. We check out how the photos are or what is the performance like, and then we post our reviews.
Okay. The next question is says that which game is your favorite in both phone and PC?
PC CSGO, phone BGMI, I would say, or Clash of Clans. I don't really play any phone games right now. I only play CSGO as of like last few months.
So Akash Verma says that which tech company like laptop, PC, smartphones, or etc. will overpower any other tech company in India in future?
Oh, that's a difficult question to answer because there's not really a single company which does everything. But if you ask separately, then Xiaomi will definitely dominate. But then Realme is doing the same thing. But I feel like these companies which make affordable products like 10,000-15,000, they make amazing products, will dominate the market in the future. And when it comes to laptops, I can't really choose one brand as of right now because every one of them is making very similar products which are priced very similarly with almost the same set of features.
So which laptop are you using for your editing?
I don't use a laptop, I use PCs only. So everything is because we need a lot of. We have 3700X processor, 32GB RAM in our main PC. In the second PC, we have 16GB RAM, same processor, and hard disk SSD, the regular stuff. We have around 5-6 drives in the main editing build. So a lot of space basically.
So Aniruddha says that out of few newer technologies, which one do you think is going to revolutionize the tech industry?
Out of any new technology, right?
Yes.
If I don't have to choose talk about smartphones only, then I think EV is going to change. Electrical vehicles is going to change the world for better, and I hope it happens really soon because we need bikes, cars which are EV and which are much more greener as compared to petrol or diesel vehicles. That's something which I'm excited about as well.
Next is by Disha. Do you see any scope for Indian game developers in India?
Yes, absolutely. See, as long as you're talented enough, there is scope everywhere. Let it be YouTube, let it be coding, let it be singing, dancing, anything. You need to have great talent. You need to possess those skills because of which you will be able to succeed further. If you stop developing yourself, then it's going to be difficult. And game development is definitely a huge industry going forward. India has huge, humongous young population, and they are going to play games in the future. So when it comes to gaming, I feel like that's a very bright career. But gaming mean developing games is a difficult task, and you need to learn a lot. So if you do that, then absolutely no worries. The gaming industry is definitely going to go big.
So Ajay Somaya says, can you show around your office if your camera is movable, or at least describe how was your experience setting your office?
Okay, I can show probably. Just a sec. ये बंद कर देना, minimize कर दे बस. There are some editing which is going on which we can't really show.
Yes, sir.
So that's why. Just a sec. So this is our office. That's our place. This is my setup, which is turned off right now. So I use dual monitors, and this is the PC. Okay, I can't really show something else there. So this is the dual monitor setup that we use, and this is another editing PC that we have. Okay, so I can show this. This is another PC that we have. So basically two PCs and two monitor setup that we use. If I would have known I had to show my setup, then I would have cleared few things and then I would have showed it in detail.
It's all raw. That looks better. No? It's
Yeah.
raw. Next is by Ishika Jadhav. She says, do you think we'll ever reach the stage where we have gadgets shown in sci-fi movies?
Gadget?
Gadgets that has been shown in sci-fi movies.
Yeah, that's possible. Why not? It may take a little bit of time, but that's possible.
So Akash asked how the iPhone tech company is spreading its velocity in India, and what is the future of iPhone company in India?
It's very bright considering iPhone 10R, phones like iPhone 10R and iPhone 11 are priced very low. I mean 50,000 F, but still for iPhone 11, that considering it's an iPhone and how people assume that iPhone है मतलब अच्छा ही होगा. I think iPhone is going to spread even further, and I'm not saying by any means that iPhones are bad. iPhones are amazing as well. But yes, the future is going to be bright because Apple is only going to go up in India, considering the prices are coming down. And in India, earlier it used to be like if the phone is $1,000 in US, it used to be 1,20,000 rupees in India. But since last couple of years, I have seen the prices coming down even further. Let's see. I see the future to be bright.
Great, then every student might have an iPhone then in future, if possible.
Maybe. You never know. If Apple launches a product with, let's say, 35,000 rupees pricing with a big screen, then definitely that will happen.
Yes, for sure. So next is by Anuja Patil. She says, my brother started his channel on YouTube on tech news, and in between, suddenly after 4 to 5 videos, YouTube stopped that channel. So what can be the reason? He inquired for the same, but no one replied to his mail.
It's very difficult to pinpoint something without having more information on it. You will have to check your YouTube dashboard, is what I can say. It's very difficult to say what would have been the reason.
Next is by Bhavesh. Any favorite BGMI team or any player?
Let the tournament start. Tournaments, I mean, international level tournaments start. Then we'll talk about it because a lot of teams have shuffled around. So let's see. After that, maybe.
You can update them on your Instagram stories, so people should follow him.
Definitely.
Yes. Next is by Akash. He says how AI and VR technology have future in educational purposes.
AI, VR definitely has future if we try to implement it. But frankly speaking, if you ask me personally, then VR I don't really see a big future, considering how VR was at its peak few years back and now it's going down. AR has taken over, augmented reality, And when it comes to what was the other thing?
VR.
VR and
It was AI.
AI. Yes, AI. How will it help in education? Not really sure. No, but yeah, AI is something which is very helpful. We can build, or if you are a programmer, build something which creates amazing teaching techniques where teachers can use those to teach students. Maybe that's something which is possible. With AI, there is no limit, unlimited possibilities. So let's say.
So, have you ever tried making any sites or for yourself or for anyone?
I have a website, dhananjaytech.com. We tried making that, but it was just on WordPress, so it was pretty straightforward, I would say. I did not code a site. I did not do coding as such.
So, will you start with a merch for everyone?
I don't really have any plans right now. A lot of times people ask me, just start a merch, but I'm like, no, it's fine. No plans right now.
If you get an opportunity to, if you feel like launching a merch, what would
Yeah,
it
then
be?
I will. Yeah,
What?
opportunities are already there. My friends have started their own merch, so it's not like I don't have contacts. It's just that I personally feel like I don't really want to sell anything right now.
Next question is by Priyanka. She says, give some tips on growing. Can you give some tips on growing YouTube channel for the new YouTubers?
Consistency is very important, not just on YouTube. Will let it be Instagram Reels, Facebook videos, anything. Consistency is the king. Be consistent. Quality over quantity is something what people say, but I will say that quality and quantity should be equally matched. Quality over quantity may not give you the best result when it comes to these algorithms, because Instagram has its own algorithm, YouTube has its own algorithm, and if you make more videos, it usually that helps the channel to grow faster.
So, what would you give your past, self as an advice? Your first when you started a YouTube channel, what would you give your advice to that time?
Um, um, if I had to give an advice, then I would say start making Hindi videos. In 2014, I would have been at, like, I don't know, few million subscribers maybe, because no one was doing Hindi videos at that time, and very few Indian YouTubers like C4E Tech and Geeker Ranjit were doing content, and that too was in English. So that's why I started off in English, and I ended up creating English content only. But if I would have started in Hindi, then maybe it would have changed the game.
If you are a Maharashtrian, so you can also make a video in Marathi as well.
Actually, I can, but the issue is when it comes to regional content, let's say Tamil, Telugu, or Kannada content, uh, people in those areas may not fully understand Hindi, but everyone who is Marathi fully understands Hindi. So Hindi and Marathi content is like competing with each other. So that's why creating Marathi content is little bit difficult when it comes to reaching a bigger audience.
Akash says, which other tech YouTuber is your favorite, and what is a particular reason them being a favorite one?
MKBHD, because I started watching MKBHD when I started my YouTube channel, basically since 2012, 13 maybe. That's why MKBHD, and Geeky Ranjit because he's one of the most honest YouTubers in India. That's why.
Ishika says, thoughts on Samsung new Z Fold series.
That's the future. Let's see. Let's hope that in coming 5 years, we all will have foldable phones in our hands, and we'll be like, now the phone is like our regular phone. Like this is our regular phone, and we'll unfold it, and it will be a big tablet-like phone in coming 5 years. Let's see if that happens. So yes, I'm very excited.
So have you used or have you reviewed any of them?
I have not reviewed, but I did use some foldable phones.
So how was your experience in all?
Experience was good. I used the Motorola Razr phone, which was which has the other mechanism, not the Z Fold, which opens up to be a huge tablet-like thing. I would like to use that.
Next question is by Karan. He says, what's the most challenging problems faced by you, when you started with your journey in YouTube?
Timing was something which was difficult because my college was in Vadala. I live in Mumbai. Mumbai, sorry, not Mumbai. I live in Goregaon. So traveling time used to be like 1.5 hours or 2 hours at sometimes. One time 2 hours, coming back 2 hours. and then coming back to home, making videos, and it was difficult at the time. Plus, money to buy new phones were two things which were a little bit difficult. If there would have been a lockdown in those days, then it would have been easier probably.
Yes. So what was your setup that time? As in now, though you have a lot of things to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, now we have a separate house. We can shoot anywhere, everywhere. So we have a setup. Earlier, it was just one single table, one tube light, which was already attached to the wall, and my mom as a tripod. My mom used to hold the phone then after about few months, I bought a tripod and I started using the tripod then.
Great. Next is by Akash. He says, what will be the one question you'll ask if any fresher student will come for an interview in your company?
Question as such, I would ask them to edit. This is what I usually do. If someone comes for an interview, like let's say if it's an editor position, I would ask them to edit a video. If they can, that's fine. If they can't, that's also fine. Trying is something which is very important, and you need to be a team player because it's not like office work here. That's what I feel. We don't really force anyone to do something. You don't really have deadlines. You have to overwork or something like that. So passion to work is important.
So how many members in all you have in your group?
Right now, 2 and me. So 3. Total 3.
So what are the jobs in your
Editor, and one is camera person to shoot B-roll and everything. Or when I am, however I look in video, that's decided by that person. Like what will be the lighting, how will I look? I mean, because lighting changes everything. If he adds one light here, then my face is going to look different. The entire setup is going to be different.
So are they your friends or you have appointed?
Not really friends, but now we are friends.
Great. So you've appointed, is that so?
Yes, yeah, you can say that.
How did you appointed them? Thank you.
So I had few other people earlier. So when they wanted some experience. So we started working as just like that. But then we realized, okay, we can work even further. Then it went on to become something bigger.
So do you have a manager who assists your work?
No manager for assisting work, but I do have a manager to handle all the brands and all the deals that happen. So I only do content. All the monetary things which happen are managed by the manager.
So how many companies have approached you till now?
But I don't know. There are way too many.
And how many have you denied? Is there so? If you've denied?
Yeah. I have denied big brands as well because you need to be aligned when it comes to the end goal. The company's end goal is something different, and if my end goal is different, it's okay. It's all professional. Nothing. It's not like if I reject them, they'll be like, "abhi iske saath kaam hi nahi karne ka." Nothing like that. It's like, okay, we can't work on this. That's fine. Yes, that has happened.
So, are there any other questions that the audience wants to ask? We can wait for a few seconds. You can ask.
Yeah, sure. No worries.
So, we have a question here by Ajay. He says, your favorite comedian or entertainer in YouTube?
I watch David Dobrik vlogs, and in India, I watch any stand-up comedy which is good. Anything is fine. I usually watch crowd work, and I don't really have a favorite comedian as such, but I like them all. Whoever is funny, I like them.
So, have you watched the Comic Stand?
I have sort of, not completely. I won't really say I'm not a series fan. That's something which I completely avoid, because once you start watching series, you start wasting time because you are engrossed into it. And when I started Breaking Bad like a year back or something like that, maybe, I was like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? Because I need to work, and when I start watching a series, I'm like, no, I have to watch the other episode, next episode. Bas ek aur karke.
Human tendency. So have you watched currently? Yeah, you can say.
I watched Suits, and Suits is a very big series. So I remember staying up for such a long time, saying just one more episode. After Suits, I completely stopped watching series. The only series which I watched, like Family Man 1, जिसमें बस 10 episode है, you can finish it off within couple of days, something like that I watch.
So you have watched in Family Man 2 as well.
Yes, I did. So if I
So
watch
how was
Family
it?
Man 1, it was great. It was very good. I mean, amazing acting. Obviously, we can't really expect anything else from Manoj. Sir, amazing actor. And series overall was very good. I was thinking maybe Family Man 1 was so good that Family Man 2 may not be that great, but it turned out to be even better.
So who is your favorite actor and actress in Bollywood?
Mm, I don't really have a favorite as such. If I have to choose, then Manoj Vajpayee, Pankaj Tripathi, they are making some amazing movies and series as well. Otherwise, if I have to choose the regular ones, then Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika.
Yes. So Pankaj Tripathi was recently in his movie from Netflix.
Yes, Mimi, right?
Yes, Mimi.
Yeah, yeah.
So you recently watched any other movies or anything else?
I uh, I was watching Angrezi Medium recently. The movie by Irfan Khan. Irfan Khan.
Irfan
I
Khan.
did not watch that movie earlier. I watched it again and it was very good. Amazing movie.
Yes, it is. It is. I think like Hindi medium and English medium.
Angrezi medium was like she wants to go to London to study, and I won't reveal much
Yes.
if people have not watched the movie yet, because I'm a huge opposer of revealing spoilers. If someone does that in my friend circle, they know that they are going to get scolded now.
Nice. So there's one more question that has come. It says, which one social media will you will use in future besides Instagram for your tech for your reach to tech community?
See, there's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Facebook is something which I don't really see a point in using right now. Instagram is the way to go forward, so I'm using that. Twitter is something where I already have a good presence. In future, if some new social media app comes, then maybe that. But right now, at least Instagram and Twitter, I feel these are the only two ones which are really popular.
So do you think there would be any app coming like Instagram, Twitter?
Uh, the issue is people are consuming so much short form content like Instagram Reels, MX Takatak, and Josh, and there are so many short form content applications that I feel like there won't really be a Twitter opponent directly. There is something called as Koo, I guess, which was launched. Uh, Instagram was a photo sharing app. Now it's a video app in primarily. So I feel
Yes.
like everything will shift to short form content in the future, and what will happen in the future, it's something which is really difficult to guess. If I can guess that, then maybe I'll start that app.
Nice. So have you ever used TikTok or any other apps like that?
When TikTok was there, my friends were like, start making TikTok videos because it's very popular. And I was like, no, I don't want to make TikTok content. And I did not use TikTok then. But when Instagram, I had to start Instagram Reels because I was like, let's start something new, fresh. Because people need to have some informative content on Reels as well. So I started doing that.
So do you scroll Instagram as well like others? You know?
Yeah, I do.
So you have a regret of scrolling those?
I mean, I control myself a lot, so I'm like, I will scroll for a bit and then I'll be like, no, I have work. Once I finish my work at 8, 9 p.m., then I'll be like, okay, I can do it, whatever I want. But then also I don't really scroll. I just start playing game because CSGO is my favorite game, as I said earlier, and that's the only time when I get to play the game.
Nice. The question is by Akash. He says, which other YouTuber channel you would have started besides tech or gaming at that time when you started?
Uh, I would have started vlogging, I guess, because I tried vlogging for a bit on my YouTube channel as well. There are a couple of vlogs which you can watch on my channel, and it was fun to shoot those and to edit those because editing a tech video is completely different experience, and editing a vlog is a completely different, like day and night difference. It's not like the work related, but experience that you get while editing videos. So I feel I would have started a vlogging channel, which I may in the future. You never know.
So do you follow any vloggers or do you watch the videos?
I follow MSK. My friends make vlogs called as Engineer Panda. They also make videos. So I follow. They are relatively new, but they are doing daily vlogs, and also I support them. So I watch their videos. MSK is something is probably the only one whom I watch right now, because, as I said, I don't want to start watching series, and I don't want to follow a lot of YouTubers because I'll end up watching their videos only rather than creating my own.
So do you know Mumbai ka Nikhil?
Yes, yes, of course, of course, of
So
course.
even he has a vlogging channel.
I know.
And
No. I used to watch Mumbai Ka Nikhil as well. It's just that I ended up stopping watching vlog channels, stopped watching vlogs channels because it takes a lot of time. If I start watching Mumbai Ka Nikhil, if I start watching Flying Beast, if I start watching, there are so many YouTubers there are right now that then I will end up spending 2-3 hours daily just to watch their videos. So it's like Sunday है, चलो क्या कर रहे हैं Mumbai Ka Nikhil. Then I'll watch some of his videos and get an idea कि what is happening in his life.
oh, then great. Then last, we'll end the audience section. So lastly, I would just ask you that would you like to give a final piece of advice to our audience?
I would say if you're planning to start any social media, if you want to be present on social media, grow on it, just do it. Don't think about लोग क्या सोचेंगे, don't think about ये quality कैसा होगा, क्या होगा. Just think about the content, try to give your best and try improving on that. That's the only advice I'm going to give. Just start, don't wait for anything else. Just start. If you
So,
are planning, and this is a great platform. It's not like you have to be expert in something in order to start making videos. You can become expert while you are doing videos and sharing that experience as well.
Great. Then before ending, I just want to ask: are you a 90s kid, or are you like do you love songs of 90s or things like that?
I was born in '94, so yeah, I'm a '90s kid. But yeah, I like songs. Any song. I don't ask me to sing though.
So are you into Marathi songs or in Bollywood songs?
Any song which is good, that's fine. Marathi, Hindi, English, anything.
So which is your favorite one from all these three?
Oh my God. Obviously, one song can't be favorite for lifetime. It will keep on changing. So right now, Happier is my favorite song. Should I say that? I'm not really sure. Happier by Olivia. Because the lyrics are amazing. I was listening to this particular song with my friends, and I was like, how can someone write so good in a song? Because you just go ahead and give it a listen and read the lyrics as well. And I was like, oh, that's something which, why didn't I think of? Why can't I think like this? I was like that.
Great. So thank you so much for such a wonderful advice. So here we come to the end of our session. It was a great pleasure meeting and interacting with you, Dhananjay. Also, thanks to the audience for their immense support and cooperation and for all the questions that you asked, and hope Dhananjay have answered all your questions. Also, before you leave, please make sure to subscribe to his channel, Dhananjay Bhosle, and also follow him on his Instagram handle, which is Dhananjay_tech. Also, huge shout out to all the students, faculty, and the staff for all their efforts to make this event a huge success. And lastly, thank you all for attending and giving us your precious time. Ma'am would like to say anything.
Yeah, I'm back, and I would actually like to really propose a formal vote of thanks. So Dhananjay, on behalf of the Library Committee and the VES College, I thank you once again for accepting our invitation and interacting with our students. The session was very lively, and I'm sure that the students have got the best messages from you. I think you emphasized on content, conviction, consistency. And I think these are three very, very important things that the students must take it from your talk. The interaction was very engaging, and I'm really sure that you have motivated a lot of students. I'm really thankful to our principal and members of the library committee who have always encouraged us to conduct some such type of programs. My special thanks to Dr. Madhvi Vaidya, who proposed this idea of inviting you, and also for being involved in the entire execution of this program. A very big thanks to our dedicated, enthusiastic team of students who have been the architects of this program. The brochure was wonderfully designed by Ajay, Satakshi, Ishika from Computer Science. The quiz questions were formulated by Karan and Bhavesh. interview questions by Kunal, Ajay, Aaron, and the conduct of the entire program. Disha also helped us with a lot of technical to facilitate the WhatsApp groups and other things. Bhavesh, Karan, both of them were involved in the questions. Thank you to our team. I hope we stay in touch again throughout these programs. They have chalked out this entire program and as well as executed it very well. I also thank Mr. Shashank for his technical support as always. Last but definitely not the least, all the enthusiastic participants who have taken time of their schedule and attended this program and participated wholeheartedly, interacted, asked questions. Without you, the program wouldn't be as lively as it was. Thank you once again. I also would like to make a small announcement that we will be forming a book club shortly. So I hope to see the same kind of enthusiasm from all of you. And signing off on this note, thank you. Thank you, Dhananjay. Thank you, team. Thank you, participants.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Meghna. Thank you, Dhananjay.
Thank you,
Nice.
ma'am.
We'll just
Thank you,
have
students.
we can have a one photograph, please. All of
Yes,
us.
yes, absolutely.
Have videos. Yeah. I can't click it like this, so I'll use my mobile, right?
Thanks to
Print
them.
screen. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, print screen, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just a minute.
Meghna, you are on mute. Thank you. Thank you, Dhananjay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhananjay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.